The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
What's the fuss?
Episode 235. 235.
I'm glad you knew, because I was
Yeah.
like, as soon as I cracked my not beer, I was like, oh no, what is this?
Yeah,
He knows.
I used to do it all the time. I think most shows in the history of What's the Fuss, I've always looked over at someone and gone, what episode is it? Seriously, for like 200 something episodes, I had no idea. And it wasn't up until I was like, we would get to like a cool number like 180 or 187 or like
180, bro. 360.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I was, maybe it's just because it's skateboard.
Bro,
shit.
we hit the 900.
Oh wow! One day we'll be
We're
old men.
62.
How long would it take us? It would
That's
take
3
us.
years. Oh no, wait,
No, 700
1
weeks.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I was thinking days.
No,
yeah,
it would be 50. You'd do at 52 a year roughly.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy
shit.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Wow.
That's 14 years.
Statistically, one more of us is probably going to kill ourselves before that happens. That was a
odds
dead
are
best
high.
friend joke.
That's true story.
That was a dead best
Oh,
friend joke.
sadly, enough, that's scarily true.
So the first thing you guys wanted me to do, I have.
Well, hang on. Where are we at? Who are we and who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Rocky Soga. I'm the host of the show. With me, as always, is my producer, John Hannon.
What's up?
And we have Pizza Piesberg, Chris Holman here.
Is that who we are?
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry. Thank you. That's a
No problem.
Good. Thank you.
No problem.
See, that's what you're here for. You can go home.
See you guys later.
So you guys wanted me to Google space movie.
Oh, I
Space
saw this thing going around. Yeah,
Movie,
it said
1992.
Yeah, before you hit enter.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's just give a little build up. John, we were kind of wondering the history on this. Where did this come from? Why did John hear about it?
I just saw a TikTok.
John told us both. We were both new to it, and I quickly picked up my phone and Googled it before Rocky could, and I was like, "Don't open it." Rocky was like, "I was kind of wanting to do it on the show," and I was like, "Let's do it on the
Jesus.
show." And
Okay,
there you go.
you see?
You've already found the IMDb as well.
Whoa.
I
So-
wonder how long that's been there for.
Since 1992?
Yeah, is that when it was made?
I don't know.
So yeah,
I can't stop.
Google.
Yeah, it is.
you yourself. We won't tell you what this is called, but it's. Can we tell them what it is and then read the description? Because once you get past the beginning, there's no more of those weird words.
I'm not gonna do it.
Weird word. Well, Coleman has no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, so we'll just tell you what it is. It's a movie.
It is a
and
movie.
It is titled. I don't want to tell you. You guys Google it. You guys Google it and get the title. But we will. Can we read you the description? You have to get the title yourself.
Yeah.
That's your homework on your
Okay.
own to just Google.
Oh, my
Space
God.
Movie 1992, and that is not the name of the movie. It has its own name, and that's what you'll pull up.
Wow.
But yeah, it's described as extraterrestrial beings travel the galaxy to free men, quote unquote, oppressed by females to make way for an entirely homosexual society.
Wow.
Huh.
It's featuring. It looks like an all-black cast,
I
all-black
need to see
crew.
it. I have
so
to
it's
see this.
minority, run. Good for them. Top
Not
build.
a honky in the bunch.
Top build cast and crew. Yeah, the photos. It's clearly a black and white photo based on the photos I'm seeing. Rated a 5.9 out of 10 stars, which John thought was good.
That's not bad.
I normally wouldn't watch a movie if I saw that rating.
So I was thinking it's
But
got
this looks-
5.9 out of 5 stars. That's where my head went, because you give something 5 stars.
Five,
when do you
yeah,
ever
this
get
is
something 10 stars?
Yeah, you're right. Normally, yeah. IMDb
I
gives
don't know.
10
I don't know.
stars.
This is literally my first time on IMDb. I've
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of ratings going to 10
Well,
stars.
they have a list of character names, and I wanted to read a couple of those because they were funny. Because of the I guess because of it seems very campy, and so based on the homosexual aspect.
Homosexual. You just said that like everybody from my town in Texas that I'm from.
That's where I'm from.
Homosexual.
He said, based on the homosexual.
That's,
No,
I mean,
why do you
that's
think
how
he's
they
a
would say it.
homosexual? He was wearing flats.
Homosexuals. He was wearing flats?
Slacks.
Slacks.
Yeah,
thought you
that's
said flats. I was
In,
like,
in the town
do
I'm from,
men
you
wear
wear
heels?
jeans, or you are a homosexual,
Oh, is that it?
as Coleman would say.
So such homosexuals as Arm and Ass, Captain B. Dick. I can't read this whole name because it shortens it, but it's Sergeant Shaved.
Sergeant Shave Balls.
I can't read it on my phone.
Sergeant Shave Balls.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Schwoll,
Yeah. And a lot of these people have the same name.
Ukrainian. That's
Ukrainian?
that's a description and
Oh,
a name.
no,
Maybe
I think-
that's the only white person.
I think there's a few
Hookers.
of those where it's like Asian and
oh
Ukrainian.
yeah, Ukrainian.
There's
Yeah.
a Russian.
There's a lot
It
of
just
them.
says hooker.
German
Hooker.
They're called
Yeah.
sex workers. Okay.
Well, this is
don't say hooker.
1992, and if you look at it based on those photos, Rocky, doesn't it look like 1970s esque? It looks like a
but
black exploitation
can I
movie
read
made
you-
way too late.
I see. I can't even. I was gonna.
Read
Okay,
it.
the plot keywords. I give it away. But what
Oh, it
we
gives some plot. Okay.
Well, okay.
Oh, it gives big plot, baby.
Yeah, I guess it does. Hit the bell. Where's the bell? Ding.
Oh fuck!
We got no
I'm
bell.
gonna get
Where's
the
the
bell.
fart mic?
I'm getting the bell
We
on
got
the
no
fart
fart
machine.
The fart is
machine.
way more important.
Is it?
Yeah.
fart's overdoing
Gay
it.
black man, black independent short film. Hero murders a woman.
Okay.
Independent short. Like there's just, and then there's some things that I mean, things I don't feel like saying on camera. There's a lot. Of, there's a lot of. There's
Those are
a
the
lot
things you
of
have
stuff
to Google yourself for.
that I don't want to say on camera.
Apparently,
Do
it might be
yourself-
available on Amazon Prime. So
Do yourself. A
I'll let you
favor
know.
and go ahead and yeah,
Get you some
Go,
of that.
Look it up. Look it up for yourself.
Oh,
'cause
once you research it, you're gonna want to research everything else about it and dig deeper.
I have black friends, I have gay friends, and I'm not going to be the guy that's on camera.
No. But it's a eye jerker. It'll
Yeah.
open your eyes when you
it's a
when it
something
pops
jerker.
off.
There's got to be some black dick in that movie. Just for
I'm
that,
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
watching.
Amazon Prime. Here I CUM.
Count me in. I don't know why this trend, or maybe I'm only seeing it now, but I don't know why out of nowhere I've only seen it become a thing now to search this, and it's clearly been there the whole time. Space movie,
Space movie. Yeah,
1999.
it's been there since 1992. It was made then.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that where I don't know where that came from. Or you said you found it on TikTok. So
Yeah, is that that's,
good job,
that's
little
how you found
kids
it?
on TikTok?
is
Yeah,
now TikTok's probably like made our news now 10, 15 times just in the last like what year maybe we've talked
they-
about it. Like
yeah, they keep
TikTok,
themselves
you guys
in the
love
news
TikTok.
somehow.
I don't even have one.
It's opened up like a whole new like category of celebrities now too, because now there's
like
all
the
these
girl that got
famous.
shot in the fucking head.
TikTok famous. That's a phrase
Everything
now.
I hear about it is someone dying or dancing. But I actually I got a
Yep.
great song from Theodis. I forget his last name. I can't pronounce it. But there's a song called "Stand Up" in it, and it's all about fucking eating pussy and having sex. But it's like a nice old kind of jazzy song or whatever.
Cool.
Kind of reminds me of like
Was it Theodosius Clitomaximus?
that's gotta be.
That's the dude.
Doesn't that sound like a easy listening guy?
He's a smooth jazz finger.
some
Yeah.
like
Type of dude.
sexy swing music.
No, it's like who's that? Who's saying "Let's Stay Together"? Hey, not Isaac Hayes. No, it wasn't.
Was it? See, no, I get all my
Marvin
all
Gaye?
my soul artists mashed up.
Marvin
And I don't know
Gaye,
who's
and
one
we're-
from the other.
Jesus.
From outer space.
There's the title.
I tried to get it in there somehow,
Oh, buddy.
but
Let's Stay Together. Yeah, who the fuck sang the damn Al Green? Come on, how did I
See,
miss
I know
Al
I get them all.
Green?
I get them all mixed up,
Dude,
man.
Al Green. Yeah, so the first time, so I'd never heard that kind of music. My mom was a hippie, and my dad was into like the Eagles and shit. So like, and then then my other dad in Texas, he's a fucking preacher, so he doesn't. The music is the devil to him.
He's more
And
of a skillet man.
Yeah, and then here comes this little Marilyn Manson wearing fucking preteen.
yeah.
I was weird looking.
your town in Texas was probably like that one from Footloose.
They were
So
like, "What a
like-
homosexual."
when I went there when I
Green
was like,
hair, no.
when I was like 20 or 21, I went there and I was like into like I was a scene kid. Let's be fucking honest. I was a scene kid. I was a punk. I was a skater.
Seen it.
I was too seen for the scene, man. Seen and not heard. So
Scene was a weird deal.
but I was like a skateboarder or whatever. But I had like tight black pants on, like dog pile jeans, and like like a leftover crack shirt or whatever. Everywhere I look, I must have been 21 because I was going into bars. And I mean, one time they stopped the music and started playing like rock and roll. So like
As opposed to what, country or something?
Yeah,
It,
it
was
looked-
like a record, like
yeah, it was very
and then
similar.
they put on like the beautiful people.
I forget what it was. I don't know what it was. It was something probably in the middle of country and rock. They're like, all right, let's at least throw on some Kid Rock or something, some Uncle Cracker, if you will. That's what they think I listen to. But yeah, and I'd go into places, and it literally it was like to them, I must have like looked like I just landed a spaceship and fucking walked through the door because they just didn't. And then I went back like 2 years later. Everybody was dressed that way. It just hadn't
Oh,
hit.
it's just slow.
Yeah, it just hadn't hit Texas yet, which
was a
Texas is
slow-
more than
it
an
was a
hour behind us. Let me
slow
just say.
scene
Let me
wave.
just say they're officially only an hour behind us, but I mean, in a lot of ways, in the town that I'm from, it seemed like they were years behind.
1
us.
hour is 2 decades.
Now Texas is a badass place, and that's where I will end up. It is by far the coolest place on the planet that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of places. But like, it's a different world. It's not the same as the United States. It's like not.
It's Texas.
It's just different. It's still technically Mexico where I'm from.
I don't think I could do it.
It's crazy.
I don't have belt buckles
But there's
big
no.
enough.
Well, I mean that's not really the thing anymore. It's actually like. It's
still
just
behind, so they're still on like they're just now
No,
up to like
it's-
a post scene.
So now with like the internet and everything, they're caught up in pretty much most ways. A lot of big industry is going to Texas because there's no rules out there. It's still kind of the Wild West. They do not take oppression well, and it's a crazy place. But like because it's so independent and like so kind of self-sustaining, it's evolved in a different way. Like when you go to Texas, everything has Texas on it. Your Mountain Dew, your Dr. Pepper, even your PBR will
says Texas Mountain Dew?
There's Texas emblazoned on everything.
Wow. Okay.
On everything. It's so
weird.
different to see. Yeah, in Florida we only see that if there's like a big football game coming up or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
like
know what you're
you,
talking about.
just so like you have all Orlando City
Right,
shit
right,
on,
right.
and you do that quite often. You like
Right,
dressing
they
up.
play today, so
Yeah.
you like dressing up.
Well, no,
Yeah, I left the mascara light today,
but I mean, you do.
Speaking of
you
scene.
put together your outfits.
a little bit.
I see you do
I
it
mean,
all the
I
time.
made sure I wore my Orlando
We're both
City
hat
gear
guys.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Texas.
You both
is
look
just-
great, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Texas is
Two
just super
fattest guys
specific.
doing it.
Yeah. Well, oh man, I'm actually losing. I got to put a hole in my belt, and the good way.
Oh, yeah,
I
tighter
got
hole.
to do that, but it doesn't
Everybody
actually.
wants a tighter hole.
Keep it tight.
It always works out that way.
That's tight buttholes right there. I can't wait for that workaholic
Oh,
podcast.
buddy, yeah, no
but yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Let's fast. That was a long
Anyway,
tangent.
back to that Google.
Yeah, Google that. And speaking of gay, we're gonna go on to the next story.
Okay,
Let's do
I wanted to
some-
tell you, I would say we've got about like 10 minutes. We'll take a little bit of an earlier break.
Okay.
Something's happening over here that I'll tell you. I'll
Okay.
tell you on break.
No,
yeah, but-
no,
we're
no.
having
Let's do it now.
technical difficulties.
Are we
Let's
good?
get it out on
We
the
good to
show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say we got like a little bit less than 10.
All right. Well, let's do some word association here. If I'm going to say something, and I want you guys tell me the first word or name or phrase or whatever that comes to your mind when I say that bitch.
Ho.
Space movie 1992.
Okay, both of you are wrong. Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin.
Oh, that bitch Carol Baskins.
Fuck.
She doesn't get a fart or a bell. Oh, the fart gun has died.
It came
It
through.
barely squeaked it
I
out.
thought
Came
the
through.
batteries just
It's dying.
died.
It's dying.
And David's fucking pit bull chewed up the end of it.
It's
So I don't know
amazing
how I'm
it's
going to
still
get
alive.
batteries in there. But that was almost a sad day. It would die on that bitch's fucking news story. She's briefly coming.
She killed her husband and our fart machine.
Well, she's
fucking
about to kill
bitch.
our fucking podcast because as soon as we mentioned it, John's having problems over there. But she came out as bisexual. And it's in the news, and she's making a big deal about it, everybody. And she's telling the world,
She's coming out.
"Oh, you cool
Does it-
cats and kittens, you
Why
need
does-
to know she eats
All you cool
box."
cats and kittens. Euphemisms for pussy.
Yeah, I know. I was
which
just gonna, I was
love.
gonna make the obvious fucking Chip Chipperson joke, but she eats a lot of pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah, she likes
no, but I
pussy.
feel it was more of a threat to
I feel like
humanity.
all-
Now watch out. She'll murder you all. Make you disappear.
Yeah, now she's
It's
an
not just
equal
men's
opportunity
anymore,
murderer.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Well, like, why even say that if you have a husband, unless that husband's going to go away at
Oh,
some
is
point?
she still married to that weird guy?
I don't know. Do you know one cat lady that's not a lesbian? Honestly, let's be fucking real here.
Let's be stereotypically real here.
Come on. I know a lot of lesbians because my chick was one, and I'm around them all the time. They all get cats. Anybody that loves cats this much is a lesbian. And
My
that
chick
includes
was
men.
one. Like, you
Was?
could shake it
And
loose.
she's a catwoman.
I mean, kitties are,
you could shake.
kitties are-
Wait, I don't know what you shook loose: the catwomanism or the lesbianism.
There is one-
kitties are cute, but
John
like,
shook
not in the
some of
house.
it out of her.
There is one show on, I forget which streaming service, called Ratched, where they like try to
Netflix.
like boil your lesbianism away from you.
Oh, yeah?
it's
I haven't
like
seen it
it's from
yet.
like way back in the day.
Does
it's a
it
little
work?
old-timey. No, no. Well, some of it does work because it's like torturally, like it mentally fucks people up.
Yeah, it's like waterboarding
Yeah.
gets you to admit things that you didn't do, so they'll
Yeah.
stop. It's they'll if they're gonna boil
Listen
you,
here,
you'll
Borat.
admit you did everything.
You're Dick Cheneying our show now.
No, I'm just
that
saying
was
no.
hilarious.
In general, waterboarding.
I'm
Makes
the
people-
Rudy
makes
Giuliani.
people-
You're the Borat. My pants are down.
Dude, that is so fucking crazy.
I watched that movie just last night.
I couldn't imagine. I will never ever watch another fucking Borat movie. Oh my god, in my life. But
What?
that
Nah,
sounds
you need
that
it.
sounds hilarious. That the Giuliani thing, that sounds fucking hilarious, man.
It's kind of crazy.
It is
I
a
mean,
crazy
it sounds
tool.
actually. It's not hilarious. What's the opposite of hilarious?
Yeah,
That's what
awkward,
it sounds like.
Very awkward,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I feel bad for that.
Creepy.
That's pretty crazy. And Sacha Baron Cohen, who would have made a great Freddie
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, he would have made a great Freddie Mercury in that movie, but it would have changed the whole thing. So a lot of people wanted to make it more sex, drugs, and rock and roll-y, and then some people wanted to make that shitty film that they made. So it went one of two ways, and
I liked it.
That's how that went.
It could have been more edgy, but it was, whatever. For what it was, I really liked it. And Rami Malek fucking killed
if
that.
I'm watching a movie about Queen, I want three things: sex, drugs, rock and roll, please.
That's what I'm
it.
saying. Like with Freddie
No
Mercury,
fancy shit.
I know there was more ass fucking going on.
I've already
in his
heard the
life.
music.
And
I've
then
heard
you-
the music.
You
there
don't show.
wasn't
I wanna
enough
see
ass
him-
fucking for
I wanna
John's
see-
liking.
I want them
apparently.
to recreate the moment he got AIDS. That's what I want to see. I don't
John
want-
gives it a 5.9 out of 10 stars. Should have been more ass fucking. Should have been
should
more
have.
like beep beep 1992.
They needed.
Beep beep from outer space.
Dude, yeah, go ahead and Google that. Man, I wish we could put that. See, you know what? Damn.
I don't know. I was trying.
There was a time where we could have put that out, but like they did. There was a better time when
That
people
time
weren't
was
so
1992.
There was
Yeah.
just that one brief moment where we were talking about soul music, where I tried to throw in
Oh, my
what you're gonna find when you search that up. But
Yeah, you could potentially get Al Green, or you could get,
Soundtrack by Al Green.
I mean, let's stay together.
Actually, soundtrack by Marvin Gaye.
yeah. There we
oh.
go. It's a lot closer there. It's
all
all
ties
of
in.
Bill Withers' discography.
Tight butthole.
With that, we're going to bed.
We got about like 2 minutes. I was gonna tell you.
Ah, fuck that. Let's go now.
Sorry I missed you. I was busy, it is true. We live life impromptu. Another choice we can undo. They said, hang on, you don't wanna. Because we smoke marijuana. And that don't do anything for you. For anyone. Another go right run to. Another reason want to. When I try to call you to see the things you hold on to, you wouldn't speak to me, did you? Because you never would've. You said you never wanna see him again, and that you're never gonna be his friend, and that you're gonna do anything you wanna do with anyone. Another goal line to run to, another reason to want to. Said you never wanna see him again, and that you're gonna do anything you wanna do. Evidence contrary. Said you never wanna see him again, and that you're gonna do anything you wanna do. Evidence contrary. Yeah. And now you're gone every goddamn chance you get, and that you're gonna do anything you wanna do. Might as well just fall in line. Another go line to run to, another reason to want to. Yeah.
Ooh, John, you got me heated. You made me say that I was gonna have sex with your anus.
Oh, something about a chili ring.
Yeah.
too.
I said I was gonna fuck you up your chili ring, bro. Why do you make me say things
Right
like
before we
that?
started, I was like, "What is a chili
what
ring?"
is it?
Is that
chili
any way to talk about your friend's anus? And also, after you just featured him on Homie
Homies
Appreciation Week.
Yeah, Homie Appreciation Week. I
Homie-
thought-
Yeah,
Appreciation
is that
Week.
something that you saw somewhere, or did
No,
you
I
just
made that
start
up. I made that
doing
up.
that?
He
Yeah.
mentioned it when we talked on our show, Funny to Informing, much better show. Give it a listen. But he mentioned it that when we were recording that show earlier this week, and I
What
had
did I
asked him,
say?
was you just said, I think it was Monday, so it was the first day of it, and you were like, I featured Steve, and I was like Osborne, and you were like, no, the other one.
Oh,
I
so
can't
that
remember
was, that
his
was
last name.
actually day 2 of
Oh, okay.
Homie Appreciation
Okay.
Week. Steve Osborne was number 1, and then
Okay.
Steve Myers, who is technically, I mean, he's my best friend. Jake's like a brother to me. Steve Osborne is like, he's one of my best friends, but
Clearly,
Steve Myers I've known since I was 12.
Yeah, well, I
shout out
saw
to,
all these posts.
David too.
David,
Yeah,
that's
David
all.
made the cut.
David was actually a friend of my brother and sisters. He's older than me, and he went to the army. And when he came back, he likes wake skating and wakeboarding and stuff. And I have a lake, so that's how we.
Oh, I was like, "What are you pointing over there for?" I
He
didn't
used
know.
you for your lake.
Yes,
And now you're friends.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He's a good person.
yeah, he's a great guy.
So
And then,
he
yeah.
brought it up, and I asked him then.
John
is
Hannon
this
was
something,
featured.
Yeah, John was just featured.
I made it up
yesterday,
myself.
and I said, is this something you saw like John with the space movie 1992? Where did
Oh,
you
you were
find
in
this
that?
out? No, but I said, where did you hear this? And was it a hashtag going around? And he was like, no, I just made it up, and I was like, cool, like make it a hashtag and make it a thing.
I was
It'll become like Woman Crush Wednesday.
I think it kind of started. I've been working with Rye, who used to be on the show. He's gotten me a pretty sweet gig lately, and so I've been working with him. And
Speaking of buttholes.
speaking of buttholes, yeah, oh my God, he would have done great, and he would have been the villain in that movie.
Oh wow, you're all
with
tying
his,
it into
with his little white butthole.
in the space movie,
Space movie 1992.
Yeah, he's religious now. You shouldn't talk about him, a holy man's anus. What? Why is that funny?
No, it's just
I'm saying
holy.
you
It's
shouldn't.
holy.
You shouldn't
Holy.
talk about
Don't
his
make fun
little
of his hole.
When you said it,
non-virgin asshole.
I was just bowing my head in prayer.
Did you right?
That's all I was doing.
Were you
Pour one out for the pups.
for that guy's asshole?
No, and I hope other people do that. You let their homies know that they're thinking about
homies.
them or looking out for them, or
Right.
that they actually care a
ICP
little
made
bit.
a song about their homies. Are you about to hit the? Why are you?
No, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm at the ready.
Because you know that anytime I make a joke, it's a bad joke. So
Yep.
you're gonna,
So
okay.
I'm like,
right.
say something partially funny, Rock.
Fart machine in hand.
Probably dead. Probably dead.
We
Yeah.
are fucking Howard Stern in '89.
Yeah, before he got the serious deal. Yeah,
Radio
when we were
peaked.
broke and throwing baloney at asses.
Yeah,
Yep.
radio peaked right then, and it hasn't gotten better. Actually, never mind. Opie and Anthony is 10 times better. Fuck you,
Rocky's
Howard,
pig
guys.
vomit.
I am not pig vomit. So
I'm not it.
Homie Appreciation Week. That was Paul Giamatti, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but John's the producer, so it'd really be him.
Yeah. You would. Yeah. But
I'm just,
Just
here.
saying, you're pig vomit. Yeah,
I call
just
him
like pig vomit. I'm
because he
just
looks
here.
like a pig and he smells like vomit.
Okay.
WNB. Say
But
you
so
with the
ho-
horse semen. I'm sorry. Okay.
So Homie Appreciation Week,
yes.
we had kind of a thing going
Yes.
about it because Rocky was like, "Oh, they've all been tear
They've been,
jerkers."
dude. So
And they have been. They've been great.
A lot of people, every single day, someone has told me that they cried.
Okay.
At least.
Well, but so my thing was like, John won't cry. Even if every one of your previous included homies had cried over this being done, John will not cry. John is, I don't know, he's too dead inside.
Was there like a bet going on or
No,
something?
we didn't really make a bet, but there
a
was like a settlement
gentleman's
argument.
bet.
Yeah, the gentleman's bet. One of
A
us owes each other $1.
Yes, a Coke, a beer. Oh, you can't drink. You're going to work. But so did you tear up?
Because I said hard no.
Did you get misty?
Well, I read it and I texted you after I read it.
Yes.
And it was a really long thing. It was really beautiful.
Thank
And,
you.
He texted TLDR.
I'm trying to think of what that would mean.
know.
Too long, didn't read.
Oh,
Is that what that means?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
fuck that. No way.
I've seen that
It's like
before.
great picture. TLDR.
That's fine.
No,
sorry,
but
use
I
that.
read it and it was it definitely made me feel good. I mean, I didn't think that I impacted you in that sort of way. But I did not cry.
I knew it.
I did not.
And also, I think it's that
Well, I'm taking you down.
John's a younger man. When I was John's age, I didn't cry about anything either. And it just builds up. I'm telling you, John. One day, your
Well, you know
commercial will
what's
come
weird?
on, or you'll see one of those videos of a dad coming home from being stationed away to his kid.
Oh,
right?
I can't. Or
right?
when someone hasn't found they lost their dog for like a year, and the dog comes up.
That guy sitting on a
But the
bench,
vet-
and he's been in a coma for like 3 years, and the
army
dog
man-
didn't recognize him for like a whole minute, and then it recognized him and freaked out.
When he was in the hospital, he was all skinny and stuff, and then the dog, but the army vet coming home will get me 11 out of 10 times.
Goddamn right.
I get verklempt.
Yep. And John's like, it's a great thing. I love it. I feel great about it. But he doesn't cry at it because he's too young.
Yeah.
I think it's the youth.
Even like
The youth hasn't wrung the crying out.
I don't know.
of you yet.
Yeah, well, for me, like I always kind of save my emotions for when something's after the fact or concrete. For the most part. So like if I lose something, I'm not gonna get upset while I'm looking for it. Right. I'll either get upset after, or I'll find it and then be glad that I never got upset before. Like because getting upset while you're looking for something, if you're upset about losing it, it's going to mess you up, or you're not going to be able to find it because you're throwing
can't
things
think
and you're
straight.
pissed off.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And then you find it and you feel like an idiot.
Yeah,
I try to keep cool for the same reason,
it was
because
right
never
there.
once have I lost my shit and gone, that helped.
Yeah,
when you get,
exactly.
you get
Yeah.
like mad
and I've done
or
plenty
angry,
of losing my shit.
Yeah.
mad or
And I'm
angry, but like
past that.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about something, so when Rye read his, he like bawled like a baby.
Okay,
and
that's
Steve
very
Myers,
Rye.
so Steve Myers was day 2. So day 1, Steve Osborne was like, "Oh man, I don't know what to tell you. That kind of got me. That was I didn't expect that, because nobody would."
Beautifully heartfelt. man.
Nobody
Thanks,
knew
buddy.
this was gonna
West
happen.
Virginia. Woo!
But nobody knew this was going to
Sounds
happen.
just like Steve Osborne, right?
I didn't like tell anybody. West Virginia, man.
West Virginia.
I can't do a Steve Osborne.
I don't know
He's
either.
he's really, really smart, but when you have a West Virginian accent, like I don't believe you. I don't believe what you just said. It was beautiful, but I don't care. The mountains are pretty, but I feel like I'm better than you because I don't have an accent.
No, I mean, I don't know. Even when my dad had his stroke, and he was going through a whole lot of issues, I was going to save my grief or crying about it if he actually left.
If it got worse.
Or
Yeah,
went.
the worst
You can
case scenario.
just put it on hold like that for later.
I mean, for me, there's no sense of
I used to be like that when I was younger.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Life has got to ring it out of him. It's fine.
But
and
I'm
it will.
also like,
It
I'm not
will.
like fighting back. It wasn't like I was about to cry and I'm like fighting the tears.
No.
I just wasn't
Dude,
in a
I
crying
get-
mood. I don't know.
I get like, I mean, so my daughter and my chick and I, we watch a lot of movies, and like I get a little, oh dude, oh my god,
Yeah, like-
when Forrest Gump's mom died.
Oh, so you
no.
like that? Yeah, I haven't
No,
watched
I'm
that
joking.
since I was.
It wasn't that one. I'm trying to think. I'm
But
trying to think of one that actually made me cry. Definitely wasn't Forrest Gump.
There was a little bit of a rough one. It didn't make me cry, but because my favorite movie, Saving Private Ryan,
I haven't seen
and there's
it.
the one scene where the guy's slowly getting
that whole
stabbed.
thing. Okay, there's a similar scene in 1917, and it did the same thing. It doesn't make. I
Is
don't.
that
want,
space movie from 19?
yeah, space movie 1917. Way somehow way more racist. I don't know how. But
I don't know. It doesn't get any more racist.
But there's a similar scene, and like when it's the same. It's almost the same thing. And when I watched Jojo Rabbit, which I don't think you guys have seen, but similar, it like pretty much with any movie, I don't like woo-hoo-hoo, I don't like bawl at him or anything. But like when I see something that gets me or whatever, it just like wells up the tears in my eyes, and then like it might drip.
yeah,
it might
it'll come-
not.
it'll-
but I feel it. You feel it in your eyes, and I'm like, God damn, that's
And when
a-
somebody
that
asks
dude
you
got
like,
slowly
"Are you
killed or
crying?
whatever."
Are you
I know.
crying?"
And then I'm
you're
like,
"No,
I just
no,
want to be like,
I'm cutting onions in the
yeah,
movie theater.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
$10 earlier. I just can't get over.
What's ironic is like thinking back on like maybe the last times that I've cried. In that post that you had said about like homie appreciation, and you said something about like your final moments with your mom.
Yeah,
and I remember
which you were there for.
when your mom passed away, I did cry. And not because I lost anybody close.
Yeah.
like,
Right,
right,
you were
you were
there.
feeling for
And my
Ryan.
mom
I was-
loved you.
I think I was crying. Yeah, like
My mom
because-
really, really liked you.
right,
Oh,
right.
she's such a
Which
sweetheart.
is addressed in the post. So
That's why I
after
didn't
you
believe it.
Google Space Movie 1992, go to Facebook and Instagram
Go on
and
over
look
to
at the Homie
Facebook.
Appreciation Week.
Yeah. That's ironic.
Same thing.
I was like, it was probably about 2 years ago when either
That's just
If
an
you think
odd way
about
of saying
it's
it.
the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, it was either when your mom died or when Sam's mom died.
Yeah.
because that broke me up horribly,
Dude, I
that-
will
and that
fucking.
was- that
I'll
was
cry
terrible
if I
and sudden,
drop
yeah.
like my candy bar on the floor. Like at this point, I'll cry, dude. After Bill died, I fucking started crying. That's when I started crying.
Okay. That's what broke the emotion out of you.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's part of when you get older and shit
and
happens.
something happens and it'll like break you like that.
Yeah,
and
so-
it kind of opens that gate a little bit.
That makes sense.
I just cried at the end of the fucking Office,
But
bro.
I would. Oh, see, so that's what I was like. One time I remember.
Dude, that whole thing where where Andy says, you know, like, oh, I wish you could know you were living in the good old days when you're
yeah.
in the good old days or
I
whatever.
wish you knew you were in the good old days when they were
When they were happening.
Oh,
when they were
before you've
happening.
already left them.
Yeah. And but yeah.
We just said that 18 different ways, and they were all kind of.
You all get it though. Everybody gets it.
Something
We've all
like
seen
that.
it.
But shit
Well, I
like
wasn't
that.
paying attention. I was crying. Yeah.
Anyway, do you have a tissue?
It'll be shit like
Onions.
that. After Bill died, like little things would start like something or whatever, and I would just be like all of a sudden I felt like more.
Right.
I could feel more, and like my emotions, I guess, were just coming out because before then I was just a little asshole. Nothing.
Right.
You know. I was.
You were so irreverent.
I was
that you couldn't
hardened.
have emotion.
I was, yeah, I was like hardened as from just being a little fucking kind of homeless kid, but like not like I didn't have a ton of death around me, thank God.
Right.
You know, so it wasn't like a million people had died around me, and I was used to this. I had no idea. I'd never planned a funeral before, and literally all the people listening and that donated, the podcast community came out big time.
That was huge.
For
it
that.
was huge.
That whole profile picture change.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
had no
it went
idea,
like-
had any idea about him or his podcast or podcasting in general. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
they put up the Bill picture.
Yeah, and it was people from because he just knew so many people from so many walks of life, and he was such a great guy.
And like the way I'm thinking about it, though, when you
the
say
wrong
like,
host died.
like that's what like broke down your crying.
What is that scene in the movie where fucking the dad tells the son where it's a Walk Hard, where the one son accidentally slices the other, his brother,
I've
in
been
half.
halved.
You cut me in half, and he slices him in half with a machete. And then years later, the dad tells the guy, "The wrong son died that day."
Do
boy."
you know where that
anyway.
originally came from? I'll give you a hint. Stephen King, one of his great movies, Better Book.
There's tons of
Stand
those.
by Me.
Oh, really?
Yes, Stand by Me.
One of them kills his brother. I forgot.
No, he doesn't kill his brother, but not LaChance. Oh, come on. Who's the
don't.
main guy? The main motherfucker.
Oh, the River Phoenix.
Gordy.
Okay.
Gordy.
The glasses dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Looks
that
like-
was Corey
looks-
Feldman.
What? Oh.
Yeah. And the other guy married Jenny McCarthy or
Okay.
something, or Carmen Electra.
wow.
Who cares?
Wow.
Anyways, but
Donnie Wahlberg.
Gordy,
I was going to say,
Gordy-
John, where are we at now?
Gordon was the main character from Stand By Me.
Okay.
And his brother had died at war, and his parents were fucking really upset about it, and they treated him like shit.
Assholes, yeah.
And they basically neglected him. And one time, he had actually said to him, "The wrong son died."
Ooh, okay. So that line was
Yeah.
lifted from that.
And he's
Anyway,
like, "I'm 5. I haven't been to war."
back to what we were talking about. The wrong something died that day.
Oh,
The wrong host died that day.
I thought you were going to say the name of that movie, bro. You're going to say Bad Taste.
No.
Bad Taste.
The way I see Rocky now versus like the way he was,
Yeah.
it's like if he were to spill a drink or something. Back then, he would have been like, "Oh man, whatever, hey, give me another beer."
Punk rock, bitch.
Ooh, what happened? And then like the way now, it's like he spills a drink and he's like, "Of course that would happen to me."
Oh, that's rye. Now we're getting into rye. I'm like, ugh, fuck. Somebody, just give me not even a towel, just a dirty shirt.
Just give me something to soak it up with.
Yeah, just
Got to exercise your tear ducts.
But what's funny is I used to be so apathetic. I really
Good way to put it.
I really was.
Yeah,
I was apathetic, and I was not really even selfish, but maybe like not self-aware. I was certainly not self-aware of my surroundings
Right.
at all from a kid. I haven't matured too much.
Homie
but,
Appreciation Week is a huge like
yeah,
counter.
I
That's
would've
a
never
huge
done that
thing for
before.
him, right?
Yeah.
I would have been like, gay, not doing it.
Right.
But
Now he's like, what's the gayest thing I can do without being actually gay?
write love letters to all my
Yep.
male friends.
Yep, there it is.
publicly.
No physical man love, but all the theoretical man love.
Man, yeah, that was. But yeah, it was fun to do, and it's been fun. It's not over. And you know what? Here's the thing: I have way more than 7 best friends.
I was just about to say that. So
Right.
now you do Homie Appreciation Week, but does
Weeks.
it turn into a month?
You could do weeks and now put the
Or-
S in parentheses.
well, it
And then
already
maybe
turned
it is,
into
maybe
a
it isn't.
fucking. It already turned into a. This is before your time, John. You remember MySpace when there was your top 8?
Oh yeah, top 8.
Okay, it
yeah.
already turned into that because before I'd done David, my friend Lisa, who knows David and I, we all went to elementary school, middle school, and high school together. We all went to the same few schools because we're all from this exact area.
Yeah,
and so
I know
we all
all
went
these
to
schools, yeah.
We went to Spring Lake, which is right across the lake here. We went to Lyman, which is just up the road, and Millway, which is just down the street from them. I've been kicked out of every school I've ever been to, including college.
Seminole County hates you.
Yes, yeah. And I've been to that jail, and I've been to Orange County. Don't like either. And I went to the one by the courthouse, and I've been to a lot of
Taking
jails,
stock here.
detention centers, jails, boot camp.
You've been everywhere,
None of it works.
man.
Not one. Not
You've
one.
been everywhere.
I was a
Concentration camp.
dickhead. No.
No, that was to help
That
your
was just
school.
to
That was to
visit
help
my
your
uncle.
school
He
lady.
was working.
You had ADHD. It was to fix that. Prince John is here, guys. Oh, very funny.
Francis over here.
Can I get a ding?
I have a striped shirt you can put on there. We need French John.
He's already smoking
yeah,
cigarettes.
go ahead and light one up. I don't care if they're
I
inside.
eat a baguette of cigarette for my lunch.
I'll make sure my mustache is real thin shaved. Like,
Please do.
Yeah.
Please
I'll
get a
come in.
John Waters. We'll call you John Waters. John Waters Hannon.
But stand
You
by.
look a little.
He could.
You could play John
he could,
Waters.
John Waters. Yeah.
We'd have to shave him a receding hairline because you have luscious hair. John has. So you look Pennsylvania-y, no offense, but you smell much better than that. I got to give it to you. I smelled your hair one time and I was like, it looked all greasy or whatever. I don't remember what the context.
Oh, you were doing a Joe Biden impression.
We were straightening his hair for Emo John.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And I was like, I thought this burning hair would smell
It's
worse.
when it burned. Yep. It's when you burned
well,
it with the
it
straightener.
didn't burn. It just kind
It
of
just
released
heated it
the
out.
oils.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, he uses Head and Shoulders. That's cool.
You got to shampoo and,
Yeah.
and condition this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's hard to control.
This
That's why
mane.
I think I have better hair than you do, and we've gone back and
Yeah.
forth.
Oh
but
God.
Well,
And now John thinks he's a better singer. Well, we're on Homie Appreciation Week. Let's get the competitions out there.
okay.
I
well,
think
we're
I
gonna
could
do that.
Yeah, I think I
While
could
we're on the
karaoke
subject of-
the shit
You-
out of
man,
Rocky.
That would be a good
I
follow-up to the pizza
still-
competition that we had 2 years ago. I
And
think
you
this
stomped
week.
a hole in my ass.
2
and
years ago this week.
I may not have won the competition, but if I had put out two similar pizzas, my second one would have been comparable instead of the mush I put out. My dough seized up. Everybody knows that.
You're right.
You know,
You're
when
right.
you
Look, a 2-year Monday morning quarterback.
I knew I was going to lose, but I didn't know I was going to lose that bad.
There was halfway through it where I was like, I think Rocky could pull this
Rocky's
out
competing.
because the
Right.
the first batch that came, I'm like, oh shit,
was really good
it's going to
pizza.
be close, right? No, it was not.
But so John wants to do similar with karaoke.
You want to? So I would never claim to be a good singer. As a matter of fact,
Oh, he did though.
No, there was a time we were having a little tiff, and you were like coming at me with what would be more of what would be taken seriously, your music opinion or
I don't
or
remember.
me with
I don't
no.
remember
how the
specific.
conversation
Yeah.
started. You brought this up, and
It was
and-
between 311 and fucking.
Oh my God.
What's the
Trapped.
other band?
No. Trapped.
It was no, it was some other band.
Incubus?
I was
311
Incubus.
and Incubus. Yep.
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 And I was trying to tell him 311.
You know what's funny is I'm giving details about a story I don't remember about.
But this,
I really don't.
that was I don't even remember. But you guys
but-
got into
and then
a
you were
heated
trying
argument.
to tell me like your opinion in music was a little bit more valuable, and I was like, the fuck it is
Well,
not.
I must have been drunk because that sounds.
we were drinking.
That sounds
Go
like
figure.
an asshole thing to say, and I'm an asshole when I drink. But
it's the times we do shots. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
yeah, you guys.
This is a problem for John
You guys.
Sometimes.
and my life.
You guys realize
Spitting in my mouth.
Personally.
I don't do shots without you guys. I don't like go to like
Right, no.
I don't go do shot like my girlfriend doesn't drink at all anymore.
I do like a shot, at least one shot every day that I work.
so I can't.
When I get
so
off
I
work,
I don't
me a
do.
hard
So
shot.
I'm only with you guys when I do that. But either way, I can't imagine me saying I could sing better because I know I have been a singer in a band and it was awful because every 2 minutes I have to yawn or throw up.
He has. You have. He no. Yeah. You have
Dude,
said
you
that
could be
before.
you could be a Yanni cover band.
Who? Go ahead, give it to
and
him.
then when he throws up, Laurel.
So I've sung in bands before. I sang in a punk band where we didn't scream that much. And as I would sing it, I'd be like, I would do it all the time.
You could do
it's the
yawning
same
music.
reason I can't do karaoke. And when I sang in a band that I screamed for, literally we had to write my lyrics 3 or 4 words at a time because the only thing that I could do is play 2 notes and go
puke.
before I threw up. I'm not even playing.
You didn't do that like nasal thing, like today.
No,
will be the
no.
devil.
We, all right. The band that I was in when I was in this band a long time ago in high school, and it was real like leftover. It was like basically it was leftover crack. We were copying No Cash and Leftover Crack and Choking Victim.
Okay.
It was just,
I don't
they
know
taught me
these
how to do the
bands.
upstroke.
Choking victim and
Beep,
leftover.
beep, 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 beep. And it was just bad. We were copying basically, and it was like just kind of like fast, barky stuff. And then later on, I was in a band a few years later with my buddy Jared, and when we would record lyrics, I could scream really good.
Was your band called Eat Fresh?
It was called Bethlehem Abortion Clinic.
Oh, I remember you talking about them. I just thought it
Bethlehem
was Jared
Abortion
from,
Clinic,
from
and our
Subway,
first
so-
EP was 5 songs, and it was called Mop Up the Manger.
Yep, you've discussed this before. It's
And that's
one of
because
my favorites.
my
That's a hit.
friends and I used to squat in a it's I,
In a
now, I don't
cucumber
know
farm?
I don't know what it is. That's a pekka.
Shout out to Nas. That's Nas's joke. That's Nas's joke. I love it.
But we used to
Right there.
squat in an old abortion clinic. It's on fucking like Maitland or something like that. It's not far up the road from here. My buddy lived in the neighborhood behind it, and it was a shut down abortion clinic, and it still had tapes in there and stuff, and that's how we knew what it was. Still stuff on the wall, but it was just a shut down hospital or abortion clinic, and we would go in through the back window so nobody
Is it,
could see us from the road, and we'd hang out in there when it was cold.
Is it an abortion clinic?
Yes.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
you. And now there's
But it
one
was
across
shut
the road.
down. It was shut down. So it had been aborted.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Much
Cool.
like
We're
Jesus.
getting there.
Jesus was not aborted. He was not aborted,
But,
but he was still. I think pretty.
33-year later.
I think he was
abortion.
still pretty progressive because he did have 2 dads. So that
That was a little weird.
was ahead of his time.
Yeah. I think Jesus was a magician ahead of his time. Turning water into
You think
wine.
those were magic tricks?
I think it's sleight of hand or some kind of deception.
I can
Look
turn
over there. and
grapes
I'll be-
into wine. I need a couple weeks.
David Blaine, Jesus Christ. Same syllables, just saying.
Ooh,
ICP,
okay. Dark hair.
Limp
On both of
Bizkit,
them.
Fucking magnets.
Limp
What do they mean?
Frederick
How do they work?
Durst.
Frederick Durst.
I'm just naming gods now.
Wow.
Rudolph Giuliani.
Ooh, caught with his pants down with a 15-year-old. That's
Supposed
hilarious.
15-year-old.
I mean, I keep saying hilarious, but it's not fucking hilarious.
Portrayed 15-year-old.
Well,
She's
Who
24.
honestly, who I didn't know
But they
in
get
the
one of those-
movie if they made it clear to him that she was supposedly 15. That was not addressed at all, and she was interviewing him.
It was my-
so in my head, I would have thought maybe I would if I was being interviewed by someone. I don't know. I wouldn't have unless she looked extremely 15 and was treated like a child. I wouldn't have thought she was 15.
the irony with that is
I don't know, it's
Giuliani
weird.
was the exact person who
He was being an extreme creeper, regardless
when-
of what age he thought she was. If he thought she was 15 and being this level creeper, it's another.
But he was
level
the one
of
that shut
bad.
down all like the strip clubs, too close to schools and stuff like that in New York.
Yeah,
When he came in first as mayor, or whatever the fuck,
America's mayor, sir.
America's mayor.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go against the grain.
He protest too much. He doth protest
Yeah,
too much.
he doth protest too
Yeah,
much.
that's
if
why
you say you're the least racist person in the room,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you're the most.
Yeah. And I've heard this from feminists. They said
Good
anytime I hear someone call themselves a male feminist, you can pretty much start the clock on the rape charge. Like you know they've done something horrible, and that's why they're like, I'm a male feminist. Is because they go, oh, you got something in your past.
Yeah, somebody said
it's like
You've
white
done
guilt
some-
but rape guilt.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody said,
and I've
I'm-
heard that from feminists.
I'm
I didn't make that up.
I'm not a homophobe, but that's
But-
pretty gay.
Listen,
like,
$20 bucks,
okay.
$20. That's my favorite. The woke redneck. Hey, listen, man, I'll suck a packer for a gentleman. I put black cock in my mouth.
I ain't gay. He sucked my dick.
Gavin McInnes had the funniest thing. He was like, I want to get, if anybody's out there and wants to help me, I want to get a picture of me with a black penis, like right here in my hand. And so anytime someone calls me racist, I go, look, I'm not racist.
It's
Look
retractable.
how gingerly I hold this black cock.
Look at that. I do, dude. So in high school, one of the
I blackmail
I ain't
myself.
racist. I hold black dick.
dude, there was
I have
the
a black
funniest,
cock friend.
the most literal blackmail ever.
I have a blackmail picture of a black.
Male.
But the funniest picture in high school is we had a lot of black friends in high school, but we didn't do a lot of drugs. So there was a picture of my friend doing coke off my other friend's penis, and it happened to be black because he was black, and he was
Well,
smoking.
that makes the cocaine look.
It looks much
it's the
more like
juxtaposition
cocaine
of
when it's
color,
on a nice
the
veiny
contrast.
black pecker.
Yep.
You could actually
Looks like
see it.
Yeah, it looks like you just put down a line on a chocolate eclair, and he was doing the line off of it.
Same cream filling,
Which made me want drugs and donuts. And I mean,
was gonna
when
say-
you can do that with one, if you can make me hungry
right?
and want to do
the
drugs,
the day the black penis brought it all together.
not gonna lie, they look delicious.
Are you
They look
getting-
better than white wieners.
I like how we ended the show on the same thing we started the show on. guys.
it comes full
It
circle.
does come full
Is he
circle.
getting hungry? I think Rocky's hungry.
He's hungry and horny.
Oh man, hungry and horny are both the same sign in sign language.
Yep.
Really?
I
I know-
It's hungry, and then horny is doing it multiple times
Yeah.
What?
across the chest.
You know,
straight up and down.
I was teaching my daughter sign language last night, and I was trying to think of the only things I knew, and one of the only phrases I remember is "my turtle died" because that's what happened that year. Anyways, how many
in
we got?
peace.
What, 5 minutes?
Yep, 4 or 5.
Okay, well we'll
Yep.
go back to a little nostalgic part of my childhood.
This show's going to be a little bit shorter. I was having technical difficulties. We'll talk about it
I
later,
say that
but-
all the time to girls. I'm like, listen,
This is going to be a
technical
short one
difficulties. Okay?
in so many ways.
Yeah. This hasn't happened since I stopped doing cocaine.
Working through it.
Do you remember Coke Dick?
Yeah.
Dude, Coke Dick was the fucking worst, man.
I've heard Whiskey Dick.
Whiskey Dick, Coke Dick is
Coke dick is similar, but worse, probably.
yeah. You're just beating your numb. I mean, if you're fucking like, all right, if you're lucky
Beating
enough
your-
to have another
it's
human
enough.
being there, a young lady or a young black male in my case, then it's a little different, and it can be. It's only fun if you're both fucked up. But if you're alone, fucking Jim Jeffries has a joke about it called a Coke wank, and it's
Okay.
when you're trying to masturbate, you're on blow. The night's over. You're just back at your hotel room or your house or whatever the fuck. The party's over. Now you're just coked up at your house and you're trying to masturbate.
Right. Maybe
And
your bedroom in
it's
Orlando.
Nearly impossible. It is nearly impossible. And you're so dehydrated and nasty from the partying that this little
It's
it's
like,
like
one,
gelatin comes out. It's like not even
it's like one of those. What are they called? The things with like the weights on the bottom of them, but it's like
A buoy?
like a cylinder tube where you punch it and then it goes down, but then it comes right
that
back
punching bag.
up. It's like a punching bag, but no. Like
Yeah, but
if I were to
it's
punch
the-
that down,
Yeah, it's got
would
it's got
sling
sand
back
in the
up.
bottom. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it fucking
Yeah.
it pops right back up.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like a
like a
punching bag
children's
for,
toy.
for kids.
With me, it's like pushing rope up a tree, bro. It just doesn't work, man.
You're just sitting there
It is
whacking
fucking-
at 'em.
You know when you try to get your measuring tape and you try to like put it up as far as you can before
Yep,
it falls
and
down.
then it gets
Mine
back.
just my measuring tape is just
His goes about 3 inches.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just-
flops.
yeah, it's a measuring rope. They have measuring ropes too. They're both useful in their own way, but when you're trying to fucking jack off on cocaine, it's very hard to do, John. I'll show you later.
Again, John's youth hasn't brought this.
I was
upon him
trying
yet,
to
I don't
talk
think.
about a little nostalgic part of my youth for the last few minutes. Animaniacs is coming back, and you guys caught me talking about cocaine.
Well, you're over here stretching skin.
There's the title. Wow.
yeah,
I
Animaniacs
don't-
is coming back.
Yeah,
I was
no,
gonna
I'm
say-
happy about that.
Let's move. Yeah, Animaniacs are coming back on
Don't question me on that.
He's like, please don't write down.
with the same.
What are you ready?
Just like he's had the therapist. What are you writing
Yeah.
down? Is that crazy? Does that make? Did you write I'm crazy? You're writing I'm crazy, aren't you? I knew it.
That's a lot of stuff to. It's like a whole 2 pages.
Therapist is like nothing.
Well,
Keep
like,
talking, John.
I was just gonna say they're not, that we live in a. We talked about that earlier. We live in a less. We live in a weaker society now, so they can't do a lot of jokes and stuff.
I guess maybe it
when
doesn't. Some of it
when
doesn't
they did like
age well.
the fingerprints joke, and like they were like, they found Prince. They were looking for the artist Prince, and
Okay.
they said something about we need fingerprints, and Dot looks at them and goes, "Mm-mm." Like,
Are you
like,
serious?
It's like fingering
No,
Prince.
that's awesome. No,
Yeah.
they could do that joke now.
That's so
well, I
funny.
mean, he's dead.
Yeah,
So now
well,
it's even way worse.
On a children's television show, you're talking about fingering a man.
No, they have to be a lot more restricted.
Putting your fucking thumb in a man's ass.
dude,
That's what
I'm
that was on. That's what I watched when I came home from like fourth
See, I
grade.
don't remember that, but I remember Joe Pesci, Joe Pigeon, or whatever he was.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I just remember all the like a lot of the classic like characters and
Dude,
stuff.
I'm thinking the Karens are going to be out big on. Well, if
I'm
they do a
excited.
good show, then people are going to be offended. If
I
they
think
have
they'll
to
water
church it
down.
up, yeah.
What's it coming out on? Do we know? Hulu. It might. So it could be. I mean, you pay for it, so that's got the subscription wall behind it, which makes it could be. Does it say maybe what a rating is? I'm excited. I'm excited to check
It
it out.
depends if they have like the same voice actors or not.
No, they sound very, very similar though. I did hear it. The only one
Okay.
that I could
yeah,
so they do
I
have a
agree.
trailer. If you wanna look it up on either Facebook, Hulu, or whatever,
I'm
it'll
excited.
show you the trailer, and you can. I don't have Hulu because my girlfriend does, so I don't. You know,
No, that's cool.
but it's.
I gave you my login. I even
oh,
made
yeah,
you,
I still
even
have
made
it.
you. Yeah, I made you a little thing. It's called guest.
Oh, thank you.
I should have titled it Scumbag.
Well, now I have more incentive to. When is this? November 20th.
Oh,
So
I love it. Right in time for Thanksgiving.
holy shit! Yeah,
We can all get fat on the couch and watch Animaniacs.
I'll be on.
I'm
I'll be
excited.
in Massachusetts.
I'm actually glad that it's actually like different voice actors because
The only-
using the same ones, it would sound different or
They're
like
probably
be a
old
little
as
older.
fuck now.
Yeah,
They died
and
of
or
fucking
dead.
old man mouth and old.
Yeah, it's so bad. Oh, you can imagine how their microphone smells like. That's an inside if you're a broadcaster thing. But what I was thinking. So the only person that I can tell the difference was Brain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinky
okay.
was kind of on there, and then the
Because
Brain.
the original, I don't know who did the voice, but it was supposed to have been like an Orson Welles impression. It was Brain.
Well, they didn't tell the new
I
guy.
actually
Yeah.
thought, I like that. I never knew that. That's actually kind of funny.
yeah,
then.
I think he was kind of drawn to look Orson Welles-ish too. Wellesian.
Well, he's got like,
Orwellian. That's all. There's a term for it.
the Wellian.
Rocky knew it.
Orwellian is
I
a
know.
term, yeah.
It really is a term. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like low cheeks.
I just couldn't put my
He had,
finger
like,
in
the,
Prince.
like that jowl.
Yeah,
Like that-
exactly.
the low
yeah,
cheek jowl.
That was the yeah, absolutely.
My cheeks are down here.
You sound like Droopy, or what is his name? Yeah, Droopy.
Droopy, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love when. Never mind. I don't want to get into
Wow.
Droopy.
No, we can't.
God, we talk about cartoons next week though. We
yeah,
talk about cartoons forever.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I say to Animaniacs, "Hello, nurse."
Oh man, yeah, that was their big. I used to love hearing the.
They made me like hot nurses.
Yeah. Oh god. That, is
Thanks,
that where that
Animaniacs.
started? Between that and Blink-182, I had no choice.
Oh
pretty
my
sure
God!
that was
yeah,
the start of
Janine,
Slut-
and then Scrubs, hot nurse. Excuse me, hot, hot blonde nurse, whatever.
Man,
I think that was the start of
Elliot
Slutty
Reed.
Nurse for Halloween.
I don't think they started it, but they perfected it, man.
Damn right.
But yeah, when that came on, like I would like it would come on right when I just got home. I'd have just enough time to put some popcorn in the microwave, take off my backpack, and then fucking watch that shit.
Yep, lube it up for the Prince fingering jokes.
Yep, get that fucking lube out, coke wank.
Oh yeah, and please don't forget Space Movie 1992.
Yes, it's a lot like Spaceballs, but it's what Spaceballs should have been.
There are Spaceballs featured.
There's probably a lot of them on there.
I'm
there.
so excited. In there.
When you look it up,
In there
when you look it up, go deeper.
Oh,
really go deeper.
Yeah,
and
you got to do a deep dive.
Read the quotes. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I want to see the movie, but I think it's a little.
We were looking at the script. Sounds amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were reading us the script
I was reading the
in the
quotes.
break. Oh
Yeah.
my god,
We should have
Yeah.
did like a read.
Yeah,
Like, we
that's
all
what I
have
wanted to
different
do.
characters.
Dramatic
There's
reading,
too
but who's
many-
going to say the words in
You'd
it?
have to. What you would have to do, and I think we failed at this before,
We need
is
Rocky's
write down
black
that
friend.
we'll get a black friend. Boom. That's how we do it. Because last time we tried to read a script,
Yeah.
we wrote it down and
Right.
we had censored it in the thing, and Chris said the other word
No,
anyways.
he didn't censor it. It was written. It was because it was an email, and I was reading it
Dude.
verbatim out of the email, and I said, "No, I won't say the word. It's written, but I will edit it when it comes to that. Blah blah blah. Say the word,
So-
and then edit the word." So I said the word, then edited the word. I don't
we have
understand.
had some bloopers on the show, not many, but some show between
That's a
both.
classic one.
Yeah, between both of them that we do, we've had some bloopers, and that's my favorite.
Did we have
my
to
favorite?
stop the recording and re-record that and like?
No, we just like kind of reset. We let it go, and then I fixed it later after
Yeah,
the fact.
yeah.
But we just kind of let it go. Maybe
Well, it
5
was-
more seconds later,
The
he got it right.
email was not a racist email. It was written by a type of person that's allowed to say that word.
Right.
And they wrote it in an
was
email.
as if I was
and
reading,
then
like,
he
lyrics to a song.
Yeah, and then he read the email.
And because
which
it was
happened to contain
spelled
the
that
word.
way too. You know, it was a black guy
You
wrote
just
the
used
email,
Any excuse to say that word.
and he spelled it with the A at the end, and I just was like, I will just read it.
Give
I
him
will
some
edit
big
that.
hints.
And then
Yeah.
we clearly know what the word was.
Yeah.
And I just read it as it was written, and then was like, and then I edited it because like my head was like, don't read that, but I had already read it because I'm like 3 words ahead as I
Yeah.
read.
You're like, don't say
If you-
don't.
If you read
and you
good,
just yell
like
it out.
I'd be doing, you read 3 words ahead.
Kinda, it was very much like Austin Powers when he was trying not to say mole.
Yeah, don't
And
say
then
mole,
that's all
mole,
he
mole,
said.
mole, and word.
Oh yeah, there's that one Geico commercial where the guy walks through with blue hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, we all see it.
we all see it. Everyone
all
sees
see
it. Blue hair.
He-
And I'm like, that's Rocky at Home Depot.
Yep.
He has blue hair. Blue.
Yep. Sometimes I feel like
Anyway.
that. All right, let's get the heck out of here. Thank you guys. This has been a really fun episode. I can't wait to do it again. Hopefully next week it'll be a little bit more chilly and we can have a nice new
See,
background.
it's pretty out there right now. But when we
is.
started, it was very
Oh my
rainy.
God, it's so pretty.
It's
It makes me
also
want to
hot-
cry.
Fuck you. Getting out
Go
of here.
City and go vote.
We out
Yes.
this ma.